Got it. Okay. We are making another video. We are Make Me. We are a creative studio and we got free time because the world is in strife and it's affecting our clients. And so we have time. So we're making a video to talk about that.
No, you're right.
We're so busy
we should
with
be
work.
honest about it. That's the truth. In the past, in slow times, we did more like passion projects, grant stuff, which hasn't necessarily been happening.
Well, we stopped doing that. But now that's a good point. We also stopped going out and doing passion projects because people were paying us.
Yeah, we didn't have time for passion projects, which was good and bad.
Yes.
And now it's more bad because there's a lull of like, we didn't start any passion projects because we were busy doing Make Me.
We didn't stop, but we curtailed our passion projects. But we have a few things coming out, passion-based, and now we're doing more. We're excited about future passion projects, but you're right. And
in a way, the slowness was a reminder that we have to keep doing those things.
Yes. And also, we stopped doing those because people were paying us, which we love, and we like doing those projects. But those projects tend to take advantage of our skills, not develop our skills. And so, you kind of just start running out of ideas because people just like do a version of that cool thing you did on your passion project over and over again.
Yeah, like we're providing a service and a product at the same time. And in a lot of ways, one good project, kind of inspires copycats.
Yeah. We do one documentary for ourselves, and then everyone wants us to make a version of that for the next 2 years.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is fine, and we get it why clients like
great.
that, and we love that happens. But yes, this is the summer of Mike and Eric being passionate again. So okay, that's why we have time to make this, but also we were thinking, as with everybody who's making anything, and I just learned the term yesterday because of Last Week Tonight, the AI slop, because people can just pump out AI garbage and fill every channel with it. And right now we're just getting dumped on with that stuff. And it makes you go, like what's the point of doing anything? Because
every week there's a new pop-up.
There's a new way to make a thing really fast, and then people make a bunch of stuff really fast, and it's really cool when you first click on it, and then you start going, oh, it's empty. But that's what my whole feed is just an empty stream of AI slop, as it's now.
And ever since the AI, even like the original AI image generation started popping up, we've constantly had those conversations of like, what is this going to mean? And also like, what's behind it? Like why, in a lot of ways, there's a lot of people that, it kind of goes both ways, but there's a lot of opinion of like, oh, the AI is not starting with like an original experience or an original idea. So it kind of feels thin, kind of feels like stock. It's like stock photography or stock video.
Copy of a copy of a copy.
Yeah, that's like one way of thinking. And so we wondered like, what is that? Like, why does that feel that way? Is that always going to be the case? Is that actually true? Or is it just creatives or artists trying to like belittle the AI because it's kind of scary what it can do? Or is it actually kind of empty? That's kind of the question we had. Like, is it empty, or are we just sort of saying it's empty to protect our own?
Well, since it is it's inherently derivative.
Yeah.
Whether that's empty or not, I don't know. I think it is. But also, it is what it is. We will use AI sometimes now going forward.
Yeah, it exists.
We
now
use
exists.
Versions of it to do certain things. It is AI is fine. Like we're not against AI totally. But
at this point, no.
But then we were thinking, okay, if people can just pump a script that their board has come up with as to like what their company needs a video for in ChatGPT, and just pump out, story elements and video content or whatever, the thing that we think we do, why would they need us?
Yeah, what's our place?
Our place?
If indeed the trajectory is that AI is going to be the dominant medium,
or not even dominant, but
or
just like
a
a
strong
tool, like an easy easy tool
Right.
to use so that you save money and get the thing done, because communication is not a priority.
Could it replace
Yeah.
what we do?
Yeah.
If AI does have the power to at least do some of what we do, where does that sort of leave us? Or like, where does that leave not using AI?
I think it's even the question of like, if AI can make stories and the company can, or whoever needs the story because they're doing communicate, like we're talking corporate commercial work here.
We're talking, our work.
If that can just be the CEO of the company goes and says, I need a video about how our company is the best at providing healthcare services. We're in whatever, Western Canada.
Yeah.
Boom, here's your video. And they say, okay, make the people more diverse. And they work on that for a while, and then boom, they pump it out. Okay, what do we do? Why I'm hopeful is I think we got ahead of this early, even before AI could do a bunch of stuff. We were already done with pumping out that like propaganda that just is like, here's the message formulated by the board, and now here is the commercial that conveys it. Because it was already empty before AI could do that. Like it was already empty. And we figured out that like the process of getting together and making the story and making the video or making the thing was like the value. Yes, the output, the deliverable was like is good. You need to have a good deliverable at the end. But if you don't do the work to get there, it will be disingenuous and derivative, and you won't have created any value. So we look through our work, what we've done in the last little while, and there's just like a theme. If you look at our portfolio, all the thumbnails are like faces of people in an interview setting, looking down the barrel of the camera or looking just off camera.
Tons of interviews. That is still real people.
Yeah, so highly valued. Even and even in videos that like aren't going to be seen by, like, they're not designed to be seen by a million people. They're designed, this one person's talking to camera about their experience, and like they need a handful of specific people to see it so that they can hear that story. And like that, for some reason, there's so much value in us sitting someone in front of the camera and asking them questions, and they have to tell us their story. And that is different than the company sitting around writing out their story, pumping it into AI, and the AI saying, okay, here's a video.
Yeah, totally.
Like it. What do you think the difference is? I'll stop talking.
Actual people talking on camera, it is going to communicate something, or it's going to touch someone much differently than, generic stock footage, voiceover. Like you can see it in another person's face. Like you can see the story in their face. In a real person sitting and telling it, it's imperfect. Their thoughts and their speech are not perfect.
They might even say something wrong, but like the sentiment, they might say something that doesn't even make, we've had edits where they say something that doesn't actually really make sense, but the feeling is right.
Yeah.
Whereas like if the board has the capacity to sit around and chop it and make a perfect script, that's never making it in there. But then they will remove the feeling that was necessary for that story to land. And so in this world going forward, there's never going to be a script created by a board and CEO and their team that can have that same power as somebody who sits down and has to be honest. They can lie to us for a little while we're on camera. Yeah. But like when we get to that moment, and some people will lie to us the whole time they're on camera, and those videos will fail. But then they get to that moment where they start being truthful, that like that power of that is like irreplaceable. And you could see it in their eyes in the video. You see it when you show it to the company afterwards, or the organization or whoever afterwards, and they say, oh, is who we are. No one's ever articulated it until we were on camera, and suddenly I said that, and now we realize they discover who they are.
Yeah, even apart from like the final product, the like part of that experience of people sitting down, whether it's whatever, for the example of like, the employee of the rec center, they sit down and you start asking them about their experience with the community. Those people sitting there and speaking are having epiphanies about what they're being asked. Like they're because they sit there not totally knowing what they're going to say as they piece those thoughts together. That experience in the room, apart from getting it on camera, they actually walk away with like a better understanding of even their place in that organization. It happens to us all the time, people at the end of the interview. Yeah. So it's interesting. It's like, yeah, like what we produce is these final videos and then we put these stories together. But behind those are like the actual experience of sitting in the room with people. In a lot of ways is comparable to like when all of a sudden we were doing all these Zoom meetings. I have yet to meet anyone that says they like Zoom meetings better than real life meetings with people because of you get all the cues, all the social cues, the body language. I think it's similar. That's why real interviews with people and their faces on camera, even if it's chopped up, I don't know, you just read it differently, even subconsciously as a person. And if we're talking about AI or whatever, even to come back to that, I have yet to meet anyone that would want just their like, I don't know, like they're not going to say, oh yeah, just make a.
They will. There'll be tons of stuff that is like, that's true. We could do this for way less.
No, you're right.
That work will get wiped out. It's like we can just AI, and that's fine. But even further than the interview stuff, having the power of like we're in the room and now they have to talk. I just think of how many times we've had to like gather a group of employees or a group of like customers or a bunch of people from the community, and they have to come together because we're making something together. And now we're like having we've had to create a whole experience. I did that thing for the NHL like a couple weeks ago, and that forced us to have a giant party and barbecue for these family and friends to pull off the video.
Totally. Behind that video, there's it's almost more we're doing is creating that experience,
getting
in real
back.
Life
it's going back and being in real life.
A reason for people to be together and connect.
Yeah.
Which, funny enough, is like also something that we want. Like we noticed in for anyone who's not in the experience of being in the film industry or whatever, when you're working with a team of people and you're working towards a goal, like that has a certain level of satisfaction, even everything kind of goes perfectly. And I personally have used like AI image art generator stuff, and it's like and I don't know if this will change, but at the moment it's like after about 20 minutes of typing random things and seeing what it does, it just kind of loses it's just like, oh, okay, like what now? Like there's nothing to this. It's one-way feedback. At all
as a person.
No, it's a one-way street. It's not, there's no feedback. Yeah. There's no sitting in a room and like actually brainstorming, that experience of brainstorming with people.
I mean, I when I work with AI, there is a degree of like, it works for a certain type of brainstorming. But yes, I'm not. Yeah. I eventually it becomes just a thing that's telling me the rules of the game.
Yeah.
And telling me like, I'm not really growing. I'm just trying to like, it's like playing a video game. Like I'm just trying to satisfy, put all the pieces in the right place.
Yeah. Eventually there's a certain sort of like stamina that runs out. Like I don't really think it's putting back in you. It's purely an output. For example, I tried to use ChatGPT to like rewrite something that I had previously written as an experiment. But like, rewrite this with like a, this kind of context. And after like trying to tell it to do it, it just becomes like, I don't know. You're not moving forward with it.
That's interesting. It's kind of like you're forced to collaborate with somebody who you can't, like over a Zoom call. You're trying to make something over a Zoom call with this AI. It's like, you're the most talented person I ever worked with, but we're not in the same room and you're not getting it. And
there's
the Zoom
no
call's
feedback.
Been running for an hour. And so I guess I just accept this like weird version of it.
Yeah, totally.
And maybe that'll change as it gets better, but you're still going to be always doing it over a Zoom call. Or maybe not. Who knows what the future holds, but I don't know if anyone knows what the future holds. But right now, that's where it's at. And like, I just think of like making a film, making a commercial, making a thing forces you to go out and be somewhere. And I just think how many friends of ours who aren't part of this industry who get to like, we go shoot a commercial for a day at an office, and everyone's like, that was the funnest day of our work week, or
Totally.
like of the month. And then, or how many of my friends have been like, hey, whenever you need someone to come work for free on set for you, I'd love to do that.
Yeah, right.
I get it now. It's like, that's because we have to go out and make something. People are craving that, like going out and doing something and like
Absolutely.
making your story real through video in that way forces that.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Okay. I'm going to keep doing it.
But maybe that's us. But that's also, I think that's a journey.
That's a good
It's a journey to get there as like an artist or a creative person, to say, I'm more interested in the experience of making something than how good the final product is. And I will say that I didn't always think that way, but I do think that way.
Yes.
Which is why I feel kind of like whatever about AI, because great. Okay. AI can give me this perfect final image of this thing that I just come up with, but there's no effort, or there's just nothing there. There's the barrier to doing it and the experience of doing it.
There's no therapy for us.
There's nothing there.
There's no therapy. I don't feel anything after I've delivered the perfect thing.
No.
Even therapy is making it.
And not even on like a purely artistic side, even when we're doing videos, like corporate videos, clients, whatever, commercial stuff, you're still collaborating with people that you wouldn't.
There's
and that is,
there.
it's a really great thing when it goes well.
Yeah.
But even if it's hard, it's still like there's a satisfaction. It's like of overcoming something.
There's learning, there's development. But okay, that did bring me to a thing you were saying is like, I think like right now we're quickly dismissive of AI because of our situation. But I think there will be a huge amount of people in the world that will just be like, dump the AI content down my throat. I'm not going to think about it, and fine. But that's always existed. There's always been a plethora of garbage content everywhere forever that is throwaway, and people just go, good, yes, thank you.
Totally.
But I think there's going to be a reaction from a large sect of the population that goes like, well, this is bringing no value to me, and I'm done doom scrolling through meaninglessness. And I really see a world where like YouTube, if any platform or medium that wants to engage its audience is going to create an AI free space. Like there'll be a whole world where like Instagram just becomes an AI slop dumping ground, and the people stay there. Most people the people who don't want to leave, but they're going to go somewhere. At first I thought there'll be a little niche market of like non-AI content, but we'll still, it'll be like how people still paint with certain types of oil paints, even though that's harder. And like, that's a niche world, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be a bigger world. I think more people are going to say, I only have so long to live in life. Give me the real stuff. I don't need AI slop. And I think someone's going to profit off of denying the AI.
Right.
Content.
Yeah.
That's my hope. I don't know.
Yeah. That is interesting.
Yeah.